In this video, I'll be putting an ENFP personality type through 8 tough dilemmas. And the truth is, we all have to make hard choices in life. We all have to choose between important different values. We probably want to have a little bit of everything, but ultimately we have some things we want a little bit more than others. So first of all, hi, I am very grateful to have very Mary van Roy visiting us today in today's video. Mary has traveled all over the world and she's had all kinds of crazy experiences like driving a car in Saudi Arabia. She has this talent to just surrender herself to the unknown and to uncertainty and to still be happy and to still be positive and still be optimistic and to not really be that afraid. Thanks for joining me here in Amsterdam.
Thank you for having me.
How's it been there so far?
It has been amazing.
So imagine this, like you could either never travel again or you'd never ever have a permanent home again. Which one would you prefer?
Never have a... Oh, that's hard. Am I supposed to answer this quickly?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess never have a permanent home. Even though yesterday we were just talking about that, and I was kind of saying the opposite, but...
The contradictions of the ENFP, right?
But like, honestly, like I won't. I like to think of the whole world as my home.
That's
and you can
true.
find comfort in God.
Wow. Imagine this. You could either choose to never ever be successful or never ever be happy.
Never ever be successful.
Okay, easy.
Plus, that's like a loaded question. What is to say is successful? But
Yeah. Either you'll never ever think of any alternatives again or you'll never ever make up your mind again.
oh, I don't think I can answer that. I guess maybe never think of alternatives.
You can't make up your mind about whether you can make up your mind or not?
That one I feel like is impossible to answer.
Okay. You'd never remember anything anymore or you'd never ever have new ideas again.
That's like, come on. Okay, I thought this would be so different. I didn't know it'd be like this type of thing. Okay, I thought you meant like, I didn't know it was gonna be like these really difficult questions that I could never answer. Either never have a new idea or never remember anything. Okay, I could ask so many questions about that. Like, never remember anything as in like...
No long-term memories.
And an idea, like, how do you decipher never having an idea?
Everything you would ever think of from now on would be the same things you thought of before.
Oh, if I have to pick, I guess not have a memory.
Like, what
I
would
don't
that be like? Not being able to remember tomorrow, like yesterday, like to just be able to navigate like on new ideas and intuition the entire time.
Yeah, I was talking about that actually the other day with someone, and it's almost like having like Alzheimer's or whatever, which I don't know much about, but
Yeah.
like, in a way, like, then I was actually hearing about this in Eckhart Tolle's talks I was listening to the other day, and like, if you do end up not having a memory in that way, then what you can always just tap into is this present moment, even though it might be kind of scary because you don't know who you are, you don't have any recollection of things, which that would be really difficult, and I don't really know what that would be like, but ultimately this moment is all that we need, and it is the only thing, and then to have a new idea, I just can't even imagine what life would be like without having new ideas. Like, what you'd be so constricted. I don't even know what life would be like in that way.
Yeah, so I guess it's harder to imagine, Ivan.
Yeah, so those,
Yeah, it's like, I guess you never come up with new patterns and connections like now. I feel like being stuck, I think. Like, you'd feel stuck. Like, you'd feel
you
like...
wouldn't feel like a real human.
Like, maybe you feel like human, but you feel like very depressed in the sense of just like not knowing what to do ever. Like, you never know like how to navigate any new situation. Like,
What would life, I can't even imagine what that would be.
yeah.
But yeah, all these questions aren't quite as straightforward because like I have like 10 questions about each of the two sides anyway.
Just as a quick side note, if any of you are looking for help or support, I offer coaching via patreon.com/ericdor. You can use my coaching services to get help finding out your personality type or to better understanding your personality type, the things that put you in a flow state and the things that bring you stress, and how you can manage the complexities of life and everything in between. Yeah.
So
How about this? You'd never ever feel happy again or you'd never ever feel pain or empathy again.
okay, this is difficult for me to comprehend. Never be happy
Yeah.
or never feel empathy.
Yeah.
Why do you ask me these things? These are impossible.
That's the thing, right? Because one thing I realized after writing these questions was that I probably make a pretty good torture artist. I know through hell. And I don't even need any.
Would you like to only be happy always
That sounds...
and never be able to feel like pain for somebody else or reflect on
Okay,
human
I
suffering?
guess I have to choose that one.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if I'm just happy and I have no empathy or compassion, then that is like really messed up.
What about this? Every single moment from your life, from now on, from your life, would be scheduled, or you'd never be able to schedule or plan anything again. Like everything would be spontaneous.
I might guess spontaneous.
Would it be difficult for you if everything was planned from now on, like you knew exactly what was going to happen every single minute for the rest of your life? Like maybe you wouldn't know it, but you'd have it in your calendar.
I have no idea. That's hard for me to envision. But I think I'd be okay with it. It's kind of like being in school. And it's like, okay, I go to this class at this time. Then after that, I'm going to soccer practice. And then I'm meeting with this friend. And then I have to study during this time. And then I go to bed. And that's my schedule for the next year.
Yeah.
But for my whole life, and like that's okay. Like as long as, I don't know. These are hard.
Yeah, but like think about it. When you came here like yesterday, would you have preferred if I had planned out an itinerary for where you'd be and what you would be doing for the entire time? Or would you prefer if we just winged everything, like every single situation?
Okay, I do see the happy medium for sure.
Yeah.
Of course, I would prefer, if I had to choose one of the two, I'd prefer of course, like freedom.
Yeah.
But I'm usually in that freedom thing, and then that can actually have a lot of downfalls because then you don't see a lot of things, you don't get to do a lot of things, and you miss out actually on a lot because you're just flowing around, not knowing where you're going. But I don't actually mind because I've been on trips with people who do plan things for me because we're in, if I'm with a family or something, or I don't know, different situations, or honestly, some of my friend groups, they like to plan things in different events and stuff on trips, and I actually don't mind that. Like, I like to just be like, okay, sure, maybe I'll throw in, like, I want to go to this certain coffee shop. I like to choose my own things as well, so I do prefer that. But I guess my one requirement with that, because ultimately I don't really mind. Like, if someone wants to plan a trip for me or whatever, and if you were like, we're going to do this, I'd be okay with it. Of course, I'd want maybe one day to myself where I can like just do whatever I want. Yeah. But I guess my only requirement, if someone were to be like, Mary, this is the structured plan, I'd be like, okay, I just don't want it to feel too time crammed. I don't like when it's like, we're gonna be at this museum, we're there for 1.5 hours. Yeah. No lollygagging around, Mary. We have to leave. Or like I went on a hiking trip once with my mom and my sister, and like we were walking through the mountains, the beautiful mountains in Colorado. Yeah. And like we were like, okay, we have to get to this spot this time, this spot this time. Then we have to be out there. And then my sister was like on the move, and like I don't know. And I was like, I just want to sit here and like meditate and like look at this beautiful sight. I just want to like skip around. Like I want to just like actually, in my opinion, actually enjoy it rather than like next thing. Okay, now we're gonna eat a snack. Okay, now we're gonna do this. And just like I guess my requirement would be like some time leniency so that I can kind of flow around, or at least schedule 4 hours of freedom time.
Yeah. For me, it's like I don't like when other people plan things for me because I like to plan things for myself. So if to have somebody that planned everything out for me, I'd be really annoyed because first of all, like, okay, this is what I like to do.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm more chill in that way. Like I wouldn't mind to like, if I went on a trip, as I said, I'd be like, okay, cool, someone planned it. But as I said, I maybe would like to throw in like, okay, I want to go to a unique thrift store. Like I do want to check out the school coffee shop. I do like to have some sort of say in it. Yeah. Or like I like to stay at like an Airbnb that's more unique, not all perfect looking. I do have like little things, but ultimately, if someone wants to take the reins, for the most part, it's fine. But it depends. It depends.
Would you rather people be honest with you or you be honest with them?
For some reason, I think them be honest with me for some reason. Because I'll know my honesty anyway, so like, who cares whether or not I share it, I guess. I wouldn't really like if everyone's always like lying to me, I guess. So that's really difficult to answer.
Would you feel more comfortable lying to people?
But you didn't say lying, you said just not be totally truthful or something.
Oh yeah. That's a loophole.
Lying, as long as I know my truth, and if for some reason someone put a spell on me and said you can't tell the truth, at least I know within me what the truth is. So at least like I'd feel okay, like, because I have that knowing.
So it's not that important for you to feel understood.
Like, I
assume it is interesting for you. Like I'm sure I assume you prefer to be understood than not understood. But it sounds like it's not as important as it is for you to understand other people.
That's an interesting question. I have been actually thinking about that kind of recently. It comes up in me, and like I think that is something that I'm really, I don't know if I want to say I'm attempting to try to do this, but I feel as though I do almost attempt to not care so much because there's just too much. I don't know, to try to explain yourself. It's like as long as I know like what my understanding of things are, or my truth, whatever you want to call it, is, then I'm good. I don't really care if I need to explain it to people, like, because I'm already like, I feel, I don't know if that's making sense, but.
Imagine you could either have the superpower of being able to travel anywhere in the world instantly, or you could read people's minds. Which one would you prefer?
Travel instantly. I don't think I would want to read people's minds.
Huh.
There's too many weird people out there. Seriously.
But wouldn't that be surprising if they were weird and had weird thoughts? Wouldn't that amuse you for the most part?
I would not want to be tapped into people's... Sorry, I'm getting like hyped, but just from the small amount that I know of humans, I would not care at all what people are thinking. Who knows what their brains are doing? I would not care.
Right? Like, is that like just sort of you not wanting to know, or is it from you not wanting to invade people's privacy?
Well, that for sure true. I would feel so creepy.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd want to do that. It would be interesting. No. Yeah. I'm imagining different people and like what a... Yeah, invasion of privacy, yeah, for sure. And partly, yeah, I just don't like, just being in the red light district, for example, like, I don't care to hear people's, whatever, understand people's thoughts. Like, I just don't want to know what most people, I just don't.
Yeah, you're weirded out by the Amsterdam.
I get weirded. Oh, well, no, I'm not even trying, like, I just get weirded out by different things sometimes. But,
yeah.
Oh, there's little kids playing.
Yeah, I've been...
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, the cute.
But, yeah, and then travel instantly, yeah, sure. I mean, I would choose that.
It's a pretty nice one.
Just because that just sounds cool. It's just like...
Well, I mean, yeah, for
it's
sure.
not like a huge deal. It's not like I need to do that, but I'd much rather do that than read people's minds.
Yeah.
Like right now, to read your mind, I wouldn't even want to know. I won't want to know.
I don't really think about anything. My mind is pretty blank.
I know.
So
yeah, especially when we're doing this. But.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, just the idea of like that I could read your mind, yeah, I'd feel really invasive. Unless everyone could and we all knew that.
I think we'd become more understanding over time. Like we'd learn to like understand and be like less weird by things because it become normal.
True, because it's like telepathy, but then it just becomes the same as talking, where it's like thoughts are not necessarily accurate either. So it's like, oh, now I understand you. Yeah, but your thoughts could be mingled. You could have this thought, then this thought, this thought, and like so even that isn't necessarily clear communication. Maybe you'd see what they're battling with or like random little thoughts they're having, but that even those isn't going to make you that much clearer necessarily,
really
in my opinion.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's almost like it'll just become the new talking. So like, what's the difference in a way?
Yeah.
But I guess there's less hiding of things. Then you learn how to manage your thoughts, and then you'll somehow, or then you can lie through your thoughts too. Be like, I am feeling great, because you know people can read your mind.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you'd have to constantly program yourself to think only things that people would want to know. So I want to say thank you so much for doing this video with me and coming here to try Dutch fries and the whole Dutch experience.
And I am Dutch. My last name is Dutch.
Thank you everyone for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to Very Mary's YouTube channel. I'll link it down below, and of course I hope you all take good care of yourselves and that you create the life that you want and that fits you best based on who you are and things that are most important.